Of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Ninestar lost their case. Justice prevails. The gavel comes down. And now it's time for our industry, those friends of mine that sell supply and service print equipment, to say no, stop buying from all of Ninestar and every single one of their subsidiaries. Because at the end of the day, Ninestar has been banned by the Department of Homeland Security over the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act. In other words, they're using slave labor in their manufacturing processes. The Department of Homeland Security banned them. Ninestar challenged that ban in court, and their order came down. Let me read you the order, because it's not in Ninestar's favor. And now it's time for our industry and all the people in the free world in our industry to ban Ninestar and every single one of their subsidiaries, whether they're on the list or not. Here's the order. Upon reading defendant's motion to dismiss in opposition to plaintiff's motion for preliminary injunction, plaintiff's response thereto, and upon consideration of other papers and proceedings, and herein is hereby ordered that defendant's motion be and hereby is granted, and it is further ordered that the plaintiff's motion for preliminary injunction is denied, and it is further ordered that this action is dismissed. It's dismissed. Get out of here, Ninestar. And ladies and gentlemen, we don't need a court. We don't need legislation. We don't need the Department of Homeland Security to tell us in the industry, within the free world, not to buy anything from Lexmark, Static Control, Apex, G&G, Phantom. We don't need them. We can just do it on our own. Who in their right mind believes that Lexmark isn't tied into this? Lexmark represents 80% of Ninestar's revenue. Just because Lexmark spreads a bunch of deceit all over their website, and I've talked about that numerous times, just because the leadership at Lexmark has been hiding under their desk and hasn't addressed this publicly at all, that right there should scare the hell out of everybody. It kind of goes with my argument that all the folks that work at these PRC companies, all these subsidiaries in the free world, they're all really puppets for the Chinese Communist Party. And the Chinese Communist Party tells them what to do, how to do, and what to say. But here's what that Chinese Communist Party can't do to all the free people in our industry all over the free world. They can't tell us to buy from Lexmark. They can't mandate that we buy from Static Control or G&G or Phantom or Apex. They can't, folks. So we can just say no to all of it. And we can shut down and bankrupt Ninestar tomorrow if we just said no to them. And I'm hoping that this court decision helps some of my dealer friends that were sitting on the fence. They were too weak to make a decision. This is about what's right. Not only for America, but what's right for the free world. We have to say no to Ninestar and all their subsidiaries, Lexmark included, Static Control, Apex, Maker, G&G, and Phantom, and all the rest of them. We got to, folks. It's the right thing to do. You can find the court hearing. It's out there. You know, there's a lot of retractions. And I'm reading through this. I started thinking to myself, well, there has to be. Because whoever helped the Department of Homeland Security determine that Ninestar was using slave labor in their manufacturing processes, if they were ever found out, they'd get a bullet in the head if they were a Chinese citizen, wouldn't they? Or maybe they'd end up on an operating table having their organs harvested. Or maybe they'd end up in one of these camps manufacturing products for Ninestar. Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious stuff. Real serious stuff. And our industry and the free people within our industry, all over the free world, have an opportunity. And that opportunity is this. Say no to all of Ninestar subsidiaries. We don't need our legislators. We don't need our court systems to tell us this. We can do it on our own. We can do it because it's the right thing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, now we got Ninestar involved in a money laundering. I mean, they're like gangsters. So Hong Kong University chief denies allegation of money laundering. Let me just read a little bit of this for you. University of Hong Kong president, U.S. citizen, Shang Zhang, I think I said that right, has denied allegations of mismanagement linked to donation of 10 million yuan from U.S. sanctioned companies, saying the claims are part of an organized smear campaign against him. It's $1.4 million. A member of a university council who requested autonomy for fear of reprisals. I'm sure he's in fear of reprisals. He doesn't want to end up on an operating table having his organs harvested or end up in some slave camp making products for Ninestar. That the council had received an anonymous complaint letter accusing Shang of accepting a donation from Shenzhen-listed laser printer maker Ninestar. Ladies and gentlemen, what else is Ninestar going to be doing? I mean, what are we going to find out they did next? You know what? We don't have to wait to find out what they do next. We can just bankrupt that whole entire company and every one of their subsidiaries by stop giving them money. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the reality. It's time for the print industry within the free world to implement the justice for all the persecuted people. We do not need to be buying equipment from Lexmark so that Xi and his gang in China can build new cages. We don't need to give money to Lexmark so that she can buy new rope to bind the hands of the slaves. We don't need to give money to Static Control or Lexmark or G&G or Pantom or any of Ninestar subsidiaries so she and his ruthless thugs can buy more chains to bind the feet of slaves. We don't need to give money to Lexmark so the money can go back to China so they can buy better guns to shoot the people that want to escape from the prison camps. We don't need to buy anything from any Ninestar subsidiary giving money to the Communist Chinese Party so that they can put more concertina wire on the fences where they cage the slaves. It's time our industry did the right thing. It's time our industry did the right thing for all those persecuted people in China. We need to stand up and say no. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, your end users are going to be outraged at you if you continue. Because sooner or later, Lexmark will be implicated in this. Logically, they already are. And it won't be long before you see that protest I dreamed about on Lexmark's front lawn. I assure you, I'm really thinking about organizing it. I've already checked on the cost of a billboard on the highway outside their headquarters. But ladies and gentlemen, this is real shit. And we need to pay attention to it. And our industry here in the free world needs to say no to Ninestar and every one of their subsidiaries, their largest Lexmark included. Because everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.